Hey everyone, thanks for being here. I am Holly, excuse me, psychic medium and energy reader. I am going to use cards as a jumping off point and to listen to the voice of spirit. I do not have a mug or coffee with me this morning. It was a very long night and we had very difficult storms across quite a wide area, and I'm really tired. I just don't feel very well. So, had a little baby. Oh, but I've got a sweet baby here with me. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm going to rely on the Angels and Auras Oracle. And I'm asking, and this one, because I just saw a box. And I need to use this too, apparently. And the Inner Child Oracle. And what I'm going to do instead of me asking and tuning in for the message, for the collective, for the vibe, for Friday, this is your Friday reading. Sweet baby. What I'm going to do is, it just opened right away. Have confidence. Okay, so we need to remember to have confidence that we can get through it and we can do anything, okay? I know a lot of you out there are making massive life changes right now. And step back and give yourself that breathing room when you need it. And when you are galvanized and ready, push on and get to it. We've only got this one lifetime to experience this lifetime, because we come back any number of times, and I think I've talked about that quite a bit. But during this lifetime, this one is exclusive to this lifetime. So, why not? Be smart about it. This is a general reading. Please understand that it will not and cannot fit for everyone. And of course, I opened it to this card, See the Humor. And I love that so much. 2 little dogs, and one of them is the card reader. Levity, perspective, wisdom, and playfulness. So always remember that these are general readings. All right, so let's see what kind of message we can get. If you hear rumbling and odd noises, my stomach is really upset. TMI, I know, but it really is. What is the... Well, hey. Okay. Point of view. Ha. So, I know exactly what that is, because I just, it's okay to say, wow, I just need to step back a little bit. I'm not feeling great. But remember, there's always someone who's got it worse, and there's always someone in a worse situation. I did not have any damage last night, but there were a lot of people who did. So I need to count myself as grateful. And the Archangel Zadkiel popped up. Zadkiel, Zadkiel. Color associated with him in this deck is purple. It is destiny, pride, conscious, and forgiveness. So let's all look up Archangel Zadkiel today, okay? They're saying one more from here. See what lessons we can learn and in what ways we can communicate most effectively with that particular angelic being. Okay, well, we got 2. Ooh, we got another one. We don't usually get 2. The last card I'll go ahead and show you, Peace. Oh, okay. Get a little on the naked side. Peace. And Uriel, the color associated is red. So we have the above and the below, the crown and the root chakras. Emotion, healing, devotion, integrated. Uriel. I've always thought of Uriel as... sometimes with yellow too, but Uriel, whatever works for you. But I've always thought of that particular archangel as someone who has to do with higher learning something new. And it might mean something entirely different to you, but also taking a deep dive into who we really are and being wise in our comments and statements about ourselves even. So let's take a look at the inner child. Okay. And you're doing such a good job. You're not moving or anything. I know. Let's see. Let's I'm just going to do one quick shuffle there. All right. What is the message for the collective? What is the overarching dominant message for the collective today? And let's call specifically on Archangel Uriel and Zadkiel. Well, someone had a lot to say because, sorry, little baby. I can't even get to this card. Hang on a minute. It flew off the table. Whoops, sorry, baby. Scared her off. And, ouch. I'm going to just hit my knee. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let go of the past. It is time to envision a new story. Didn't that come up in yesterday's reading? It did. About wanting to go back to the past, but the past doesn't exist, so let go of it, and it's time to start something new. Okay, this is what the card looks like. That's going to be the foundation of this reading, and I want help to understand what it's about. I'm using the Wild Reflections Tarot. All right, Uriel and Zadkiel. Why that card? Archangels, Ascended Masters, Spirit Guides, and Guardians, Mother, Father, God. Please come into this reading. Help me to understand what is the meaning of that. It came up twice now, 2 different days. Ace of Wands. Oh, a little bonsai tree that's in flower with, is that a hummingbird? Yeah, with hummingbirds around it. I had a dream decades ago about hummingbirds that came in my dream to keep me company when I was going through a very difficult time, and they were the bringers of joy to me. That and little frogs. Isn't that funny? But, okay, so when I'm reaching out and asking, what is the message about letting go of the past? What is that about? Here's what I'm getting. All right, and this is using Wild Reflections Tarot. And I've got quite a few cards coming out. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, and the Ace of Wands came out yet again because I put it back in the middle of the deck. So we really need to look at that one. Anything else, please? Anything else? Anything else that the collective needs to know, the part of the collective that will resonate with this message? Is there anything else anyone needs to know? Well, apparently so, because this one was sticking out from the side and wouldn't let me go. What is it? The 7 of Cups. Okay, let's see which one. Yikes. Ugh, fell on the floor. Ace of Swords. Okay. This one, this 7 of Cups card, they want me to put to the side. We'll look at that again in a minute. All right, so here's what we've got. All right, so we have 9 of Swords. That's an interesting 9 of Swords card. I don't think I've ever seen this one in this deck, or I don't think it's ever come out for us in this deck. All right, so when asking about why are we letting go in the past and what do we need to let go of? 9 of Swords, and I almost said night. Night, like dark night of the soul. It's time to get past that. King of Pentacles. And in this case, it's a big sunflower, so King of Sunflowers. And sunflowers traditionally always have sort of a mystical message about them. They are very often representative of the psychic world. He is on a journey. He is leaving that dark night of the soul. He, she, doesn't matter. But someone is leaving the dark night of the soul and setting a course. There's been a lot of water imagery and navigation imagery this week too. So this is a king, which is nothing to sneeze at, right? That's a big deal. So this is a king who is leaving the past behind, leaving the dark night of the soul behind, setting a course, navigating a new course. The Hanged Man. Now this one is, all right, this one is doing the yoga pose upside down, but of course near water. So on this new course, there could be time for reflection, reevaluation, and thinking about where you are before you pick back up again. And whereas the king is going on a major journey on a bigger ship, after some reflection, it is distilled down into the Knight of Wands, with a faithful and loyal companion who has decided to take a more scenic route. Okay. That's going to be important, and that's smack in the middle of this reading. So then we have the Ace of Wands. We had that card a second ago, came out first. And someone is about to get a gift. A gift of joy, a gift of love, a gift of beauty. This reminds me of the reading yesterday, I think it was, where I saw that hands with the sand moving through it. But this time, nothing is being lost. And something is flourishing and growing. And then we have a Knight of Pentacles. So we have a lot of knights, aces. Okay, we got 2 aces, 2 knights, a king, a 7 of cups, and a 9 of swords, and a king of pentacles or sunflowers. Okay. All right, so we have 1 major arcana. All right, but here we go. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Coins or sunflowers. And this is someone who is, he's sitting down. Or no, that's a backpack. It's either a backpack or the back of a chair. I don't know why that jumped out at me. So it could be that map of navigation, taking the scenic route, making sure to stop and smell the roses, so to speak. I'm all full of cliches, but they make a point. And then we have the Ace of Swords. The aim is true. The aim and what you want is true. This is not the 2 of Swords where the person is blindfolded and they have to have that warrior spirit and go fight for what they want. This one is almost, I'm seeing Cupid's arrow. So this is Cupid's arrow. And here off to the side, the 7 of Cups. These are shells filled with water. A decision has already been made. All right, so we're not going to need that one any longer because the 7 of Cups just means it's come to fruition. It is complete. And there is a buffet. It feels like there is enough to share with everyone, is what that feels like. And that's what I always try to keep telling people. There's always enough for everyone. All right, no matter what it is. Okay, so we're going to look at this and let Spirit take over. The imagery on these cards is just so much fun. So, someone who has reached kingly status, someone who may be at the top of his field or knows what he's doing or is a very smart, stable, strategic is the word. We have someone who knows how to get in there and play the game when necessary, but isn't going to because they're navigating a course, they're getting in a ship, and they're taking off because they are at the helm of their ship. They are the captain of their own ship. And they are leaving that dark night of the soul behind. Along the way, they see a shoreline, and this reads, I mean, this is a reading for someone that it's reading like a fairy tale almost of sorts. It's been movie week too with these readings. First it was Moonstruck, and then my other favorite movie is The Princess Bride, which sounds like it would be a romantic blah, blah, blah. I've never cared for those that much, but this one has an element of romance, but it's more funny. It's almost a cult classic at this point. And yeah, it's just very humorous, and it's one that I enjoy to no end. And that's what this feels like. So this king who's left the dark night of the soul behind stops to pause, reflect, and think about what is it that's really important to me? Where am I going? And the big ship turns into the small boat with the faithful dog who's looking adoringly up, by the way. And they are just on an adventure. But if you notice, the oar is a wand, since this is the Knight of Wands. There's a little bit of green growing from the end of that wand. So, oh, and a little bit growing from different points on the wand, or the oar, which is a wand, or staff, a staff. So this is the beginning of growth and fertility within one's life and taking the scenic route. because it feels good and it's happy. It'd be like the difference between if you were going in the United States from one state to another state and you just fly there really fast and get caught up in the hustle, or you get in a cool car and you drive on Route 66 and you stop at all the kitschy little places to see what they're about. And you just have fun for the sake of having fun because you want to. That's what this reading feels like. And then, of course, we have the Ace of Wands. Nothing is slipping through your hands. Nothing is slipping through your fingers like the sands of time, so to speak. And those hummingbirds, they bring joy. There is not any other species that can beat its wings so fast that it appears to be standing still. And in fact, it is, and just hovering. Most things when they fly, they have to fly at least a little bit around. A hummingbird can beat its wings so fast, it sounds like it's humming. And then the Knight of Pentacles. Checking back on the map, making sure the navigation is accurate. Is this really where I want to go? And it's almost like that, not almost a daffodil. The sunflower is sort of like X marks the spot of the treasure map. And I don't mean like the current X kind of stupid platform. No. I mean, this truly does feel like a treasure map. And a guy in a cap. Okay. It could be a girl in a cap. A woman, a man, a guy, a girl, gal, whatever. Ace of Swords, and that sounds like Cupid's bow and arrow to me. It looks like it. It looks magical. It looks divine. It's shooting a ray of light into something. All right. This is a very happy, positive reading. So leaving the past behind means leave the dark night of the soul. Leave the heartache behind. You have the ability to navigate and chart your own course. You have that ability. And do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel good. This moving from a king and going through, with the ship, at the helm of the ship, and moving into just having this staff that is sprouting life, and you're in the water just cruising along. Do what makes you happy. We need a little more of that. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull one more group of cards and see if there's anything I'm missing here. And let's go to the Pulp Tarot, because I am really, this deck is jumping out at me. So let's see what we've got. All right. Mother and Father God, creator of all things, please come into this reading. All right. There we go. Come into this reading. Help me to understand what is the message for the collective. Could you clarify anything else with that reading? Because I feel like we're still on that one. That one feels so good. I kind of want to stay with it just because we are moving into the weekend. So what is going to happen this weekend? How can we understand, how do we understand and know how to even chart our own course? Okay, what I'm hearing on that is just that is going to come from within. You know what you need. You know what makes you happy. If you feel like you're continually in a fight within your own life, then maybe it's not the course that you need to follow. Now, if you are in a position or a job where you have to fight for others, then that could be what you signed up for and brings you joy when you are the victor. But I kind of get the feeling if that's the case, this is probably not your reading. This is someone who feels like it is someone or a group of people who might be a little bit older, have already put in a lot of years of work, and not that they're not going to work, but that they're going to be able to call a few more shots in what they do and how they go about doing it. That feels right to me. So think about how you want your time to be spent. Okay. All right. One card flipped out. I had a feeling it was only going to be 1, 2 at the most. All right. So 4 of Pentacles. This came up yesterday, and it was a pivotal part of that reading, and it was about priorities. And in this case, this guy is in quicksand, but daggone it, he's going to go down, and those dollars are going to just be held up above his head. They won't find him breathing and alive. They'll find a hand maybe with a couple of dollar bills in it. The message is you can't take it with you. Have enough to get by, and not just get by, but to live well and be happy. Everybody needs a place to live, and Lord knows everything is becoming rapidly more expensive, meaning more of us have to work more. So I'm not saying just give up, but why are you working? Is it to prove something to yourself or others? Is having more and more and more the goal for the sake of it? Or is it to help you live the life you want to live? And, it could be a little bit of both. And it can be hard, and it can be scary when you have to go back to work. Right there with you. But I'm getting this sense of having a plan is important, and the sense of knowing of who you are will help you to approach whatever it is that you're approaching in a different way. And remember, you in fact are the captain of your ship and the pilot of your plane. Yeah. For example, I could not go back to what I did before because I think it was killing me. So, be well. This is odd. I'm internalizing a lot of this one too. Okay. Well, let's call on Uriel and Zadkiel. And those are the names that we are giving them because they're names we can say and understand. Maybe the vibration comes through with a different name for you, but those are archangel beings of light that have not incarnated. So they should not have that same human bias that so many humans have if you do connect with them. All right, this is interesting. I think the overarching and dominant message here is remember who you are and remember what you stand for, because the contents of your heart well, it all matters. I used to tell kids this a lot when they would complain about someone or something. And I would say, you just view this as a lesson, because there are going to be people that you'll meet, and people can change, situations can change, but for the most part, think about the people in your life that you've met or that you know of. And pretty much they're going to fall into 2 camps, okay? Everyone at some point will cease to live in this world and hopefully move on, okay? When we pass, people will either say, just like all the other people we know, people will say, oh, what a loss to the world. What a loss to the world. That person will be so missed. Or they may very well say, good riddance. Which camp do you want to be in? And that has nothing to do with money or possessions. So don't ever feel, and this is what someone needs to hear, don't ever feel like you are less than someone else because you may not have as much. It is the contents of your heart that means more. We all do the best we can, and that's all we can do. And some people use what they have to make life better, and some people use it to feed their own dysfunction. So that's I think the bottom line of many of the messages of this week. You are more important than any particular thing. And remember that. You have a perfect soul. I am sending you love and gratitude. Thank you for being here. And we will talk soon. Have a good weekend. Be safe, and thank you.